Hey Brendan, happy Gin and Owls Thursday, and I really want to talk to you today about what it is to identify excellent service. I'm not talking about servers who are really entertaining, servers who can do magic, or clowns. Sometimes you'll go to restaurants that have like a clown for the kids, or a server who's a comedian. These aren't bad, but they're really not any indication of what excellent service is. So we have to kind of figure out, why are you in the restaurant? Are you just there because somebody's going to clean up after you? Are you there because the food's really great? And I kind of have a theory about this. People don't really go to restaurants for those reasons. After all, it's relatively easy to cook for yourself and for others, and it's not super pleasant to clean for yourself and others, but it's really not that big of a deal either. So thinking about this, I think that people really go to restaurants because what they're trying to do is spend some really dedicated one-on-one time where they don't really have to worry about other things going on. What you're doing when you go to a restaurant is you're saying to somebody, you are so important that the little time that I would spend preparing your meal and cleaning up after you is so much more important to me, that little amount of time, that I can focus on you. If you think about the kind of people that you see in most average restaurants, I'm not talking super fine dining or anything like that, you'll see business people, they're having a business meeting, people in their families, you'll see couples in there. And I think the main thing that we can pull away from all this is that A, people don't want to clean up after themselves. That's why they're in a restaurant. They don't want to spend the time to do that. They're because people are going to clean up after them, but they're also there so that they can focus on the other person. They can spend time. How many times I've waited on a family and the parents want to spend a little time with an adult conversation going on. No distractions of work going on, that kind of thing. Or a couple that's just kind of getting to know each other for the first time. They're in there because they don't want to waste time cleaning the dishes or preparing the food. They just want that one-on-one face time, and it's really valuable, that sort of quality time that we get there. And so, interestingly, people go to restaurants not so much for the service, but for the quality time with the people that they love, and that's why they take the service. So getting into this, I kind of want to impress on people this idea of professionalism, efficiency, and confidence. And if a server can kind of just exude these qualities, you're in for a great dining experience. Dive into these. Professionalism a little bit. What I'm talking about is politeness, right? That's just accepted, right? Everywhere you go, they need to be polite. It's not even an argument. I think everybody sort of expects that as a standard these days. So they need to be polite, but they also need to actually seem like they're caring about their job. It doesn't matter if they say their please and thank yous, if the pleases and thank yous are kind of half-hearted. They need to be sincere in that, or at least, well, they need to fake being sincere. A lot of servers are really good at that sort of thing. They also need to be efficient. So when they're walking around, they're professional, they're efficient. It means there's economy of movement there. So when they go to one table, they're going to talk to them, they're going to take the order, and then they're going to go to another table, they're going to clear the dishes off, and then they're going to go to another table, and they're going to go ahead and get the dessert order for that table. That's efficiency of movement. They only do one sort of rotation. They don't have to do a whole bunch of different things going on. And Brendan and I want to talk about this, though. It's in other things too. It's in how they move. It's in how they work when they're setting something down on the table and they're going to retrieve a dirty dish that's also on the table. They'll set down the dish and then they'll reach for the dirty dish without making it two movements. That sort of thing. When they're setting down a new drink at the table, they'll pick up the scraps of the old beverage napkin and they'll lay down a new beverage napkin. All one movement, fluid. It's efficient. I want to talk about confidence. Servers need to sort of exude this idea that they're working for the best restaurant or a good restaurant. They're happy with where they're at. They're confident that the food that's going to come out is going to be good because they're going to make sure that it's that way. They're going to know what they are. I'll make it so. I'll have this happen. This will be the way it is. I'm sorry. Even if they're apologizing, it's a confident apology. I am sorry. I messed up. We will take care of it right away for you. So Brendan, I just really want to emphasize these principles of professionalism, efficiency, and confidence.